Yeah.
It's okay.
Welcome to Warrior class.
Where the teachers whip ass.
And you will too if you pass.
Normally, y'all, the reason why we were waiting like that, it normally says you are live or whatever. I think it came up like immediately. It normally takes a second. Then it
Oh,
comes up with it.
that's that
But
New Year's
yeah,
upgrade.
exactly. So this is the first show. No. Last week was the first show of two. No, was that
It's
December?
the 6th.
Huh?
It's the 6th.
Yeah. So this is the first show of the new year.
Exactly.
Well,
Hey.
I
yeah.
wouldn't have missed the first show now. I might miss the last show of
and
2003. I can miss the
and you
first show.
did.
Yeah. So hey. So that's
Ha-
you know,
Happy New You, family.
yeah, exactly. And this is a great show.
Oh yeah.
So we're gonna have a great guest coming on. Um, so
Yeah.
y'all come on in. Like
Lurking.
Ear Doctor says, tell a friend to tell a friend, and
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
tell a friend.
Get to it. Share the broadcast. So real quick, I've been gone for a second. So hey everybody, good to be back, Miss Shaw. And very interesting. Peace, Adam Smith, Germ, Jadorian,
Yeah, Jajarian,
Little
two
Ethel,
F's,
the Gammon.
Shaman M93.
Yeah, so
Peace, everybody.
a lot of y'all don't know Terry Conley. A lot of that peace. A lot of y'all don't know a group of us for reasons unbeknownst to you, we haven't been carrying particular tools, which would be the edged ones. So for a year, me, Baba Amaniki, and a few of us, we have not been able to carry blades on us, which many of you may know we really love blades.
and miss.
We really love them. We really love them. So it's been trying for a few of us more than others. Some of us has really been missing it, but all of us have. So I say all that because the first day that I get back to beautiful Atlanta and I get to wear my blades again, I got them all around my waist and around my neck and around, and I'm pulling them out just to see how I forgot how they come out and they work with these pants. I'm just happy again. And I'm not thinking. The funny thing is, it's really funny because I know I don't want to speak for anybody, but I'm not thinking about doing nothing to nobody. I swear that's never a thought. Me being excited to have my knives back. It's just about a level of comfort and protection that you feel that you have. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so it's not one of those things where I'm thinking about doing anything. I'm just happy that I can take this pocket shark and put it in my coat pocket and ain't got to worry about that being my first line of defense against somebody out here. But so seriously, so as soon as I do that, I got some business to do. I got to call T-Mobile and figure out what I need to go in there to open up a business account. So I call T-Mobile and I say, hey, what I need. The guy say you need blah 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 blah, and he don't say the EIN number, which the guy that I get all my advice from said, yo, make sure you don't bring your social security, bring the EIN. So when he read off the stuff, I said, hey, my EIN number, can I bring that? And dude said, did I say EIN number?
Wow.
It was like a movie. It was like a movie. I was like, what? He's like, did I say? I said, well, I tell you what. I cut him off. I said, I see. I hung the phone up because I don't know what he was thinking. I called the actual branch. I know where you at. You up the street. So I wait like 2 hours and I go in there because I got to go in. That was what I was going to do. So I went in there and it was this Latino lady. She could barely speak English like that. And I was like, hey, I spoke to a guy named Dre, I think, about opening a business account. Could you see if he's available so I could do this, speak with him? So she's like, oh, let me go see. She went back there. She's like, it's no Dre back there. Maybe Corey. And I was like, I don't know. She's like, well, if so, those people left at 6. It was 6:15.
Mm-hmm.
So the manager came out I told her, I said, hey, I just want you to know, I came to open a business account, but also it was a guy that, told me, it was being real rude over, and I was gonna come here and slap the shit out of him and still open my business account if that's how he was. You know what I'm saying? I told her just like that. So come to find out, I couldn't open a business account. I had to come back the next day. So I come back the next day and I told her, I said, tell him he might see me again, so he better learn how to talk to people. Just so having customer service said I had to go back in. So I go back in the next day, and I'm at another lady is, she heard about what's going on. She told me, she's like, I heard you had an experience. I was like, yeah, this guy, and if I see him here, I'm going to approach him about that because I didn't appreciate it. So it's a guy beside me helping somebody. And I'm listening to him, and I hear that voice, and I know it, and I start smiling. And so while the lady talking to me, she see my face, I just start smiling. He right over here, and she looked at me funny. The manager, and I noticed the manager and everybody is out right behind me, all in a little crowd about the desk. Usually it's two people, the rest of them are in the back. But all of them out there kind of talking to each other. So I'm smiling. I look back and I'm got this big smile on my face. And when the manager sees, she looked concerned. So she come over there and sit next to me, and she talking to me. I'm not even listening to them. Now I'm smiling, think about how I'm going, chump this dude, approach this dude. If he got this kind of injury, I'm gonna do this. If he did something, I'm gonna do this. All this stuff went through my head. So I'm smiling, and they talking. She get up, and the lady said, hey, so I don't know why she just gave you this transfer and this business account free and waived your fees and blah, blah, blah. I was like, oh, that's what she just did? I didn't even know what she did. So basically, I said, hey, thank you. She's like, yeah, I just want you to be happy. I want you to be chill. I just want you to be, satisfied. And so I see what she was doing. She seen the smile. So I was like, it's cool. So I told the lady, she was like, why was you smiling like that? I said, because I think that's the guy over there. I think I reckon he was right there too. I said, I think I recognize his voice. As soon as he finished dealing with that, with the elder, I'm gonna say something to him. I'm gonna step to him. He got up, walked in the back, and didn't come back out. 15 minutes went by, and the man was sitting there waiting for the dude to come out. He asking for people. I said, man, I was waiting for him for real. I said, look, let me go and get my receipt. I ain't gonna hold this. The elder waiting for this man. I wasn't gonna do that to him. He was scrawny, you know what I'm saying? Maybe about 25 years old. Maybe he wore $125, which I'm not discounting that weight or nothing, but just a advice that we always say, man. Watch how you talk to people, especially in your position in customer service. Especially, you do not know who people are, and you don't know what they're dealing with. You don't know where they'll take things when you plan. Baba always talk about being devil's advocate.
Yeah, Bob.
You devil's advocate against something somebody put their whole life into, and you just come along, hey, what about to be funny, interject a joke on somebody that ain't playing.
Contrarian.
So I just want to throw that story out, get that out there. And if you're watching, Corey, but watch yourself. Boy, I told T-Mobile I got a show and all that, so they watching. I said I'm gonna bring this up, so I know one of y'all out there, because I know they picking on him because they say he act like he got that loose lip. You know what I'm saying? They say, oh yeah, he kind of, one of them told me about him. So yeah. Watch yourself, boy. Don't be talking like that, man. Somebody might, you know what I'm saying, smack you around. So anyway, we gonna I don't want to hold y'all too much longer. I did want to bring up. Do we got time before we bring up?
Yeah, because Baba not in the room yet.
Okay, so real quick, y'all, just want to let me get my talking out. Y'all know I like to talk. I've been gone for a minute. I be quiet out there. I don't even want to talk to them, y'all. I swear. Cat Williams. Real quick. I don't have nothing to say about the Cat Williams thing. We're not really spending no time talking about that. What I want to talk about real quick is how we talk about things like that when it happens. I'll say this real quick. me and Baba, I'm not comparing myself to Baba, but in one way I will, because we have crazy stories. And I remember sitting in my friend's barbershop the first year he moved down here and telling stories about what we've been through at home. And it took a year before the barber beside him said, "Hey man, I used to think y'all was lying." About 5 years. Matter of fact, I'll say 3. He's like, "Y'all used to think y'all was lying in here telling all them crazy stories until I started getting to know you and seeing y'all be really getting into stuff." You know what I'm saying? And sometimes, and I'm saying that because people, you will think you are lying about your life when they haven't lived the way you lived. If you hear Baba's stories and you ain't never been off the porch and you don't know him, he lying. He didn't start training when he was 4 years. Nobody don't train when they're 4 years old. He lying. Think about how that would make, you know what I'm saying, what that would do to you. He's been trained since that's his claim. For you to come along, don't know him, never been around him, and say he lied. Get on this chat right now when he said he lied. What I'm trying to say is, when we dealing with each other, we got to learn to keep our opinions to ourselves. Our criticism. We had a whole show about critique versus criticism. I hate when we criticize stuff that we don't even have to. It don't serve no purpose in what we trying to do. It don't help us in no way to have a personal opinion on Facebook. Friends of mine, he lying. Just straight out, he lying. Not what, he just lying. I have an issue with that. I have an issue with calling other black people in public crazy. You don't know them, saying they lying. You know, okay, if you walking out naked with a you know, in the street yelling, so you may have some mental issues at that particular time in your life. Are you crazy? Well, I'm not around you long enough to say that. I can say what I've seen right then. Do I need to publicly? That's a whole nother story. So I just want to stress, you know, the importance of us being on code. Do we really understand what that means? I'm not asking you to back somebody that's doing some foul-ish, but if we don't know what they really doing, you know what I'm saying? It just doesn't make any sense to me. You know what I'm saying? And that's just all I wanted to say about that. You know.
And also, I would say that, excuse me, Bob, but just the proclivity that we have as a people to gravitate toward mess and, you know, just ugliness and constantly, you know, wanting to discuss those kind of things. Like, I mean, it's reaching like a critical mass right now almost. We have so many other issues to address, and you know, those issues don't get any attention.
Right. Entertainment gonna always be here.
I'm gonna say something real quick on the Cat Williams thing. My only issue, it was in poor taste at best, when he said about, you know, if I Gaza strip it, I bomb it, when it's rubble, then I bomb it some more. And he said, you know, but terrorists come over here. Many people have died recently on the Gaza Strip.
Yeah,
so for him to say that, and then he says, you know, this is non-political. Nah, fool. Everything we say and do is political. So that's BS. Absolutely. When he said that, I'm like, okay, the other stuff he says, whether it's true or not, I don't know. You know, I did know some things are a lie. He ain't read no 10,000 books a year since he was a little boy. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. But as a person that reads a lot, 10,000 books a year, I don't even read 1,000 books a year. Like, stop that. That's BS. But anyway, that's my only thing I'll say about that. Like, we have to have empathy because genocide is going on right now in the Gaza Strip. So to use that that is at best a poor taste joke or poor taste. It wasn't a joke. He was trying to talk tough. At best is in poor taste.
Very, 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 very poor taste, and nobody know. I would never say that he's not a tacky individual, and very poor taste. But I'm not here to talk about him and I just.
But I have an important announcement. Unfortunately, Dhoruba has been in the hospital for 3 days.
Wow.
He's in the hospital. So unfortunately,
we just talked about that.
Make it today. There's a lot of sickness going around, so be careful.
Let's send our thoughts and prayers with him.
Yeah,
health and spirit.
Baba, we love you. Hope you heal up quickly and fully. And hopefully we'll get you on here when you're feeling better. Yes, I believe he's in Ghana. So
quick.
Pray for his recovery, and we'll continue on as best as we can. Yes.
Yeah, we'll have a short little conversation here. I think we should mention some quick health things that we can do. Preventative. I know we talk about this all the time at this time of the year, but there is some bug. There's like 3 things going around right now. There's COVID, there's this flu, and there's this R something. I don't know what that is. I can't. But if you know what it is, put it in the comment section. But it's some type of virus that starts, with an R. But
hold on 1 second. Oh, you all continue.
Yes, sir. Yep. There's a few things that y'all can do that we can do to keep ourselves strong as far as our immune system. So, one of the things is vitamin C. The way I get mine, I make sure I keep high dosage. If you smoke, whether it be cigarettes or any type of smoke, then you use at least twice the amount of vitamin C as a normal person. So for me, I eat oranges. Some people say, oh, they too acidic for me to burn my lips. But get navel oranges, they're less acidic. And I don't know anybody that's, I don't know anybody personally that still feels like the agitation around their mouth and stuff from navel oranges like they do from like regular Florida Gold oranges. I don't know what the regular Florida oranges are called, the small ones.
And if I could just jump in for that part.
No, go ahead.
We were just talking about this recently because this is something that I've learned because I do a lot of fruit feasting, fasting, or whatever. That effect that you're having in your mouth a lot of times happens when you're eating underripe fruit. Many underripe fruits will do that to you. So when you feel like you can't eat pineapple, is because your mouth burns. It's generally a lot of times because you're not eating ripe pineapple. So if you're having that issue, try to see if you can get ripe fruit and see if you're having that same issue. I'm not telling anyone to hurt themselves.
No, that's a really good point because grocery stores a lot of times, especially when you buying non-organic fruit, right, it's been matured in a way that is
not natural.
Right, it's premature. Yeah. So a lot of times it may look because they sprayed something, so it's really, really orange, and and it gives you the sense of something, but that's not the case. So that's really, really true. I want to say something real quick about taking any type of tablets for supplements, whether it be vitamin C or whatever it is. If it's a tablet form or pill form, it's not going to digest like fruit. It's not going to work the same as the food. I would suggest if you do or have to, for some reason, use any type of pills or tablets, that you do it with food. If you've got a multivitamin, break it in half and have it one with breakfast, one with lunch, half of it like that. The enzymes in the food will help the actual vitamin for it to digest and absorb into your bloodstream and everything properly.
And also with vitamins, you want to make sure that you're looking for a whole food, organic, raw vitamin, as much of that as you possibly can get in order for it to really digest well and work with your body. Because the way that some vitamins are extracted, they can sell it and tell you that it's whatever, but that doesn't mean that it's going to work in your body. Like, you have to find it in a form that's really going to work with you. And that the majority of vitamins out there are not like that.
Right. The ones that work are really expensive. So eat your vitamins if possible, is what
There
we're
you
saying.
go.
Neem
Now,
oil and teas.
excuse me, I don't mean to derail the conversation. I was laughing here because for some reason, look at Belay, look at Ominiki, how large their faces are, and I look thin as hell. And all this space. Well, I'm trying to figure out. So I'm trying to. I don't know what's going on.
I'm gonna
Our computers are probably a lot closer to us.
no, I'm gonna tell you what it is. It's so Baba has a better camera on his laptop, and
There
his
you go.
camera is wider than any other camera I've ever seen. So when I noticed, because when we use it for the main show, it gets a wider screen than mine does. So that's what it is, Bob. You just have a really wide screen camera.
Oh, I'm like, damn.
You don't have a small head. That's what you don't.
No,
have.
I don't. I don't have that.
I ain't saying nothing else. I'm
Hey.
just saying. Now, we're closer. We're a little bit closer than you are too.
But that RSV, that's what that's called. That sickness.
Yes.
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 Someone named it respiratory syncytial virus.
Now, does it have to
right.
affect your respiratory system? Because
I don't know much about this.
Me,
this is new.
Honestly,
I don't know anything, and I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, I manifesto said he looks narrow. I'm like, man,
that's that wide screen. It really is. But
that's what when we first started on Remix Morning Show, I would always be doing this because we look so little to me. So I'm always trying to get closer. It wasn't because I couldn't see. I can't see too, but
yeah. So that's what. So he's saying yes, it's a respiratory issue. So yeah, that could have been what my friend girlfriend passed from, I believe, because she was having respiratory issues when that happened. And I have another associate of mine whose daughter just passed, I think, from the same thing. So I'm gonna tell you, and I got to be honest with y'all, it gets dangerous when you are chronically overweight and get these type of issues.
Yeah, bum.
It gets really, really dangerous for you. So
any type of disease, disorder is going to be amplified.
Now, I manifesto my wife would be in heaven. Yellow go.
His head is very awesome.
I manifesto said that Ruzu is good for knocking out colds. My wife swears by Ruzu. I've been taking it myself. I've been ill, just so you know. No, yellow moon. Oh. So
we also I'm just throwing this in until y'all are gonna get here, but make sure that we're drinking water. I mean, it's a basic thing, but this time of year, and we've said it before, they call it flu season because it's easy to remember to drink when it's hot outside. But this time of year, it becomes very, very crucial that we're making sure we're hydrating. So
yes,
make sure.
She said this before, and this is big. A lot of the reason, what you say? Oh shit! Sorry for Belay. I don't know what you were saying. Sorry for
because you lost your friends.
Oh. I'm yeah, definitely. Damn, I forgot what I was about to say when that just hit me.
Hope you feel better. 2Fs. I had trouble breathing last night, but I'm not overweight.
Damn, I forgot what I was
saying. You said I said it before, or she said it before. I'm not sure if you were talking about me or
I was talking about you. It was something you had said about
the flu season.
Oh, right. So what people forget is the water thing in the winter has a lot to do with the sickness and the immune system being compromised, because
Right.
we do not drink water in the wintertime the same way we do in the summertime. Most really nobody hardly does. But
Right.
so you have to keep on top of that. It's
Yeah.
it's it's the leading cause of backache, lower back problems reported in emergency rooms is dehydration. It's like super, super important.
The
Yeah,
quick thing on
drinking
that too, a lot of,
clean.
if you get a water bottle, if you don't drink the whole water bottle uh after, one or two times, get a smaller bottle, because a lot of people have big water bottles sitting around for days before they finish it.
Yes.
Germs all in it. That especially if you're sick,
Right.
Good
Right.
and
point. Good
and
point.
that's just sitting in there. So use smaller bottles of water if
Yeah,
you
that's a
don't drink a
great
lot of
tip.
water.
And the thing about the smaller receptacle too is you feel like you're accomplishing something when
Yes.
so go ahead and do that. Come up with a routine where you're knocking down several of those. Say, okay, I'm gonna drink this by 10 a.m. I'm gonna drink this by noon, and go ahead and do that. That will help.
A smaller receptor, a smaller container, not small. Don't get them little small water bottles where you just got
Right.
20 cases of 6-ounce water bottles you knocking out a day. You're destroying the planet if you do that. Okay? You're destroying the planet. All right.
Yeah.
But seriously, neem oil, very good protecting you against viral infections and things
Right.
like that. So
Especially respiratory.
yes, yes, yes. Very good for respiratory issues.
Can you tell them how to use it though?
I was just about to get into that. It's topical. Is the way I use it. I use it topically. Topical is how do you say that, right?
Topically,
Topically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I
topically,
just like Vicks, right on the nose, right here. Another thing that I do is I put it in. I don't make my own shea butter because you don't make shea butter, but it's a process. But I take shea butter and I melt it and I add essential oils to it. And neem oil is one of the things that I add to along with tea tree oil. So I'm getting absorbed in my skin every day, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? A little bit. So that's really good.
Another way you can do neem is put some in your hand, and then after you rub it into your hands a little bit, place it over your nose and inhale it.
Yeah.
Inhale deeply, 5-6 times. You want to put it in any like kind of open orifices, like Bile says he puts it under his nose. You can also put it in your ears, just a little bit. Don't walk around with like a ton in there, but just like a layer. You can put it on your glands, back of your neck. All of that is really good on your chest, like you would with Vicks.
Perfect that I manifesto brought this up. I still have inflammation in sciatic nerves. Perfect. So I'm a sciatic dude myself. So one of the things that can help you, this is for most of us that's over 40, we deal with shoulder, back, hip aching and just slowness and just that, it's always something popping and going on here. So one of the things that really will help you during the wintertime, because you feel those aches and pains during the winter, tea is great. Yes, tea is great. Really great to get you moving. But another thing that you can do besides, yoga and stretching, which is super important. Stretching is super important.
Yeah,
But another thing that you can do is what I was going to say is not eat inflammatory foods. So and mucus foods. So when I say that, you don't want to eat things that cause a lot of inflammatory, like bread, a lot of bread or sugar.
dairy products.
A lot of dairy. I'm saying a lot because you may eat a candy bar, you may eat a grilled cheese sandwich or something. I'm not going to tell you not to eat cheese, even though I don't eat cheese. I'm just saying you want to lessen that because you're already aching in the winter. If you ache, I'm not trying to put nothing on you. I'm just saying for those of us who do ache, the last thing you need is to eat a half a cake like my mama if you watching, oh, I'm gonna bake a pound cake. Call me and say I baked a pound cake. You know I'll be baking cakes like that, and then eat half of it. And I was like, Mom, you've been telling me you feel so good. You've been stretching, putting all on your oils. She's like, yeah, I feel really great. I said, now monitor yourself this next 2 weeks because it just don't work overnight. That's not how it works, even though you may feel it quickly. 2 weeks later, leg got to wear a brace, the knee brace then got back out, the ankle, she hopping. That's what a half a cake gonna do to you. So be careful, y'all. You will get inflamed in your joints.
Hope you feel better, I manifesto.
Yeah, definitely.
What do you say?
He said he can't eat anything.
Oh wow.
My left.
Nothing at all. Can you
He's drinking hibiscus tea right now, but
teas, that's good. Try with the teas, and I was gonna say this when we were talking about the water also. Try to get into a tea habit, maybe a cup of tea in the morning, cup of tea before you go to bed at night. But the key with tea is that you want it to be herbal tea, not tea that has caffeine in it. And as much as possible, you want to not sweeten it. Like no honey, definitely no sugar. Try to put some lemon or some lime in there if you need that flavor. But the thing about it is the sweetener can take away from the good effects of the tea because now you're putting the inflammatory thing into it. So the thing about your tea habit is you want to try to make it toward less and less sweet teas.
You got to suck it up. Everybody, you got to suck it up when you're drinking teas. You got to suck it up, and maybe maybe the lemon. Good.
He can't eat because he had a wisdom tooth removed. A piece of bone under the stitches is jabbing his tongue and caused a blister.
Oh,
sorry about all you're going through, I manifesto.
Can you do smoothies?
Yes, I'm sure. Let me look up. Did he say smoothies? Drinking hibiscus? If he's drinking hibiscus tea, I'm pretty sure he could do smoothies. I'm strolling up to see if he said that.
You have to shave it down on Wednesday.
Oh, do smoothies.
Blister or the tooth? Oh, the thing sticking out the tooth. You got to shave.
Yeah, when I was in the military, I had a wisdom tooth removed, and they left one of the roots in there, and I'm just like, oh man, I can't hardly think it's hurting so bad. So I go back to him, and he's like, oh, okay, I got to get it out, and he breaks it, so it's pieces of bones, and now you got to pull the bone. Yeah, pull the bone out. I said, damn, you can only be a dentist in the military. You couldn't be a dentist.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Like
damn.
Let me ask y'all.
And he was like, all right, Sergeant, be quiet down or whatever, because he was a colonel, I believe. Yeah, no, he's a major. Because he's a man. I'm like, man, damn.
Let me ask you this. Y'all tell me what y'all think about this. What I think I should do. Y'all tell me what y'all think. So I went to the dentist. I wanted a crown or something. I was trying to save this tooth over here. And they basically told me, look, a crown ain't gonna work. An open crown, the way the tooth is, stuff gonna get in it. It's gonna cause you pain in about another year. If we close it up, stuff gonna get closed up in it, and then it's gonna hurt, but it's closed, so we can't get to it. Then you gonna have to get it pulled. You best just get a root canal. So I really didn't want that, but I said, okay, I had to give it up. So what they did, instead of giving me a root canal right away, they gave me a crown and waited, and I would go back every other week, and they would take like an X-ray and see how much of bacteria is still in it until it's like all the way gone. And they booking appointments. I would go back. Then it would be like every other month I go back. And they start booking appointments for me after a while. And I've just kind of forgot about it. You know what I'm saying? And a year has gone by, and I just kind of forgot. I paid for a root canal, which is more than a crown, but I only got the crown. Now, all of a sudden, my tooth cracks.
Ah, Lord.
And the tooth done cracked now. This happened while I was out of town. So I just get back. I got the crack tooth. I kept the tooth forever, the crack part, just in case. I don't know what they could do with it, but I
Free the
kept
land.
it. And my thing is, I'm going to the dentist. The dentist like, hey, so either y'all do something else to my tooth. I don't know what you're gonna do because I paid for a root canal, or I need the difference from a crown versus a root canal. I need that money back. What y'all
Right.
think?
Yeah.
I'm
I
sure they'll
mean, you
just
pay
choose
for
to
it.
do something.
They're
Yeah.
just gonna do something.
Oh yeah. For sure.
Uh, well, I think you know how I feel about root canals, but
Yeah, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do.
yeah,
I got to say this that smiling tooth. If I lose this one, my smile is gone. I can't lose that one.
nah,
I got to keep that. I can't
No
afford no
way.
dentures. I got to keep that. What we saying here? I tried earthing on the beach. Very good. Let me tell y'all. People can say what they want. I'm gonna tell you some things that work, no matter what nobody tell you. Grounding, walking barefooted. If you don't get a chance to outside on the ground for at least 15 minutes. Some stuff don't work because we don't do it right and long enough. I talked about that when stretching. Grounding is one of those things where you got to do it long enough for it to absorb and pull. You got to think about it. You put a light bulb on the ground and it lights up. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you ever did that experiment as kids, but you are grounding. That is an electric. What do you call that? Term dealing with electricity. Like that's a term dealing when you learn about electronics. Like grounding is a term really that you being part of a circuit at the point like you getting something out of that. That's real science, and I don't claim to know the exact science, but I know it's health benefits. Just like um, absorbing toxins through your feet, like that old school thing of putting on a sock of onions, putting them under your or garlic under your foot. Is that I think it's garlic,
It's onion.
onion under your foot, and wrapping it up in saran wrap or whatever. Like that's the old grandma stuff. That worked. That pulled toxins out your feet. That pulled heavy metals. I think.
you know, that's old hoodoo. That's old hoodoo
They
remedy.
say you can slice onion and just put it in the room when you're sick.
Yeah,
And
of
it'll
course.
pull the yeah.
Yeah, I
Mm.
mean, you could put an onion in the room after it's painted. It draws all the scent into it.
Mm. Speaking of that, what did y'all see the clip of the woman they showed it? Supposed to be storming the Capitol or something. And she was doing like this, and they showed it slow. She was rubbing her eyes with onion or something, making herself cry.
Yeah,
Get
That
out.
was crazy. Yeah, they slowed it up. She was like, "Oh my god, it was just so," and she was rubbing her face with onions. Is what she was really doing. Yo, nothing's real no more. I swear. It was on TV, but yeah. So just want to make sure everybody healthy out there, man.
Beautiful. Actually, someone asked Sith Lord Prince asked, "What do you think of bitter melon tea?" I have not had bitter
Woo!
melon tea. Okay, maybe Belay has, and it's funny because I was gonna bring up yellow dock root. That's something that I take
Yeah, when I used to want to
regularly,
pass drug tests when
and
I
it's
smoked weed back in the days, yellow dot
bitter
root
melon tea. Oh,
all
yellow
the
tea.
time, all day
But
work.
it's also very bitter. So I would
Yeah.
say bitters are great. Bitters are very cleansing. Anything that tastes bitter to you in nature, that's a cleansing thing, or not anything, but bitter is cleansing.
and
So
that
I was
I would,
Ruzu is a bitter.
yeah.
yo. This is what I would tell y'all. That African bitter, that bitter melon, is that what she was? If you talk about that bitter melon tea, I have some. I'm trying to get Bobby to take some because let me tell you, it's not that it's bitter because it's bitter. But
Mm.
we could take bitter. We used to stuff that's healthy for us not having a good taste. That's not it. It's going to it's going to do something to you. I don't know how to explain it. I'm not explaining it. No, I'm gonna tell you this. Like this is funny because people tell me in health they be like, I can't drink no green smoothie. I'm gonna be at the bathroom all day and all night long. And it's funny because I can drink a green smoothie and I'm not gonna go run to the bathroom.
Right.
Now, if I drink because I drink green smoothies. Now, if I drink some coffee, I'm gone. I'm out of here. I don't know what this tea. Listen, that bitter melon tea. I I can't explain it. You just got to try it. You got to try it. It's you feel it cleaning you out. You feel it cleaning. If it's something in there that ain't supposed to be in there, it's coming out. That's all I say about that. I don't have. It's effective.
That's
I
what's
like
up.
smoking weed and drinking bitter milling. For real, for real. Okay, hey, do you talk on it? I don't talk. I can't
I
talk.
think bitters in general will do that. Like you said, Bila, especially if your system's not used to it.
Yes.
Years ago, I used to, when I first got on to yellow dog root, I used to take it to work with me. I would take a lot of different things to work with me, and some of my coworkers would want to try it. So I would make a little tea for everyone. And one of my coworkers in particular, who had a lot of issues with her digestive system, she said every time she would drink the tea, when I would make it, it would make her go to the bathroom. Every time. Like she had me to bring her some so that she could have it at home because it worked so well for her because, it was irritating her system because she wasn't used to it. So that may be the case for many things.
I was at this store and a woman was in front of me and she was getting um, God dog, what's it called? The green liquid. They juice it right in front of you. Wheatgrass.
Oh,
She was getting wheatgrass. She drank the wheatgrass, and I never had wheatgrass, and it was funny. So she drank the wheatgrass, and then she like collapsed off to the side and shit. Yeah, and me and my boy were going there to get just something. I think some veggie jerky or something, vegan jerky. I looked at him. I said, "Damn, we getting that." We thought she had got lit like immediately. So we bought the wheatgrass, man. I got a bunch of it. I'm drinking. I'm like, man, I don't feel shit. Like, damn.
That's funny. My daughter
messed up
threw up.
off some wheatgrass.
My daughter threw up the first time she had a wheatgrass shot. She threw up.
So, yeah, I used to do wheatgrass all the time, and I had it when I was pregnant, and it made me sick. It was the first time it ever made me sick, and I never had it again after that.
Yeah, me neither. So look, constipation, big. Constipation is like #1 in America is in illnesses. And the thing is, it's so easy to reverse. Like it's so easy. And just eat foliage, like you know what I'm saying? Eat
and
fiber.
drink water.
Drink water. Like don't take stool softeners. Just drink water. And I mean, if you have to, you have to. I'm not telling you not to drink stew salt.
In the short term.
Short. I'm just saying long term, that's not going to help you. The problem with constipation, the biggest issue is that you end up taking medication for it that damages your liver. That's the problem with most things. That's really not an issue that you end up taking medication for. Stuff like constipation, you can easily do something about, and you end up taking pills for it. Now you mess your liver up.
You drink water and you gotta exercise.
Squats.
Yes. Big.
Squats.
People hate that. Look, that's the only exercise. I don't exercise like that. I really don't. I don't. I eat. I'm really disciplined on my eating. The exercise, but it's two things I'm going to do almost 7 days a week. I'm going to do some type of squats. I don't care if I got my phone in front of me and I do 20 squats while I'm actually downloading or strolling. I will do that. I swear on everything I love. When I'm really being lazy and I can't get off my phone, sometimes I feel like this. I'm not going to lie to y'all. I will hold my phone in my face like this and I will do squats, at least 25, to say I did something today. You know what I'm saying? And squats is so important because doing 25 squats, those are the biggest muscles in your body. They're activating the speeding up your metabolism. They're sending out testosterone through your body. This is doing so many different. Your heart rate picks up faster by engaging these muscles.
Right.
You're dealing with the muscles that deal with your stability.
And
you know what I'm
digestion
saying?
also.
And digestion is the last thing I was going to say. They pull people, the best personal trainers, when you ask them how to get rid of that gut, they're gonna tell you squats and lunges, because those muscles, those big muscles, are also right in front of your stomach. And when you pull them, they pull down and they straighten that out. You know what I'm saying? That's what squats and lunges do. It pulls at those muscles, stomach muscles. I know my diet's fucked up, mostly TV dinners. I'm going to ask you not to put a smiley face and laugh about that. It's not funny. TV dinners is really bad.
And Germ, you know, I don't know how old you are, but that does not work for very long.
No.
You know, when you're 28, you can eat hot Cheetos.
Oh yeah.
All day. You know, when you're 22 and 25, like you can do that, but
is that
you really will start to feel it, and it will really start to affect you in a real way once you get a little bit of age on you.
I ain't even know they still made TV dinners.
Yeah. Oh, what?
Oh, yeah.
As long as they got TVs and
That's
long as they got TVs and microwaves, we got them. We got them.
Originally, TV dinners were not made
$1, $2.
They were originally put in the oven.
Right.
They were bad then.
Now?
So now then in the microwave.
Listen, it's bad out there. I know people ask about these all the time. So these are drawings, y'all. These are not they look like posters. All these are drawings from my folks, Don Wooten, to do all the t-shirts you see me in, everything you see me in basically is his artwork. This hat right here that I'm always wearing, this is this shirt, matter of fact. You see that?
Warrior class shirt.
This our warrior class shirt.
Right, warrior class shirt.
We keep it in house, y'all. We really about that.
Yeah,
we really about that. If I'm going to get some African garbs, I'm gonna go to Amaniki. Y'all might not know that, but that's what she does. She sells African garb, so that's where I'm going to go. And if I don't go to her, then I'll be going to Baba's wife. And if I'm gonna get some cola nuts, that's where I'm gonna go. If I'm gonna get some incense and stuff, that's another thing. You know, we spoke on it earlier, but that's all about being on code.
Yeah, but I'm gonna show my shirt. This is also one of our.
Oh, cool! Yeah.
One of our books.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, Bode.
Flux. Goes by many names. That is our good brother.
Yes.
You know, one of the questions that we were going to ask Dhoruba was about how can we unify? And that's really what we want to ask all our guests, but particularly somebody on his level, right?
Yeah,
is unification even viable? I had a discussion with Akin Bobolas, one of the students, and he said, do I believe that unification will first come out of Africa, the continent? I said, no, I don't know where it's going to come from, but traditionally, even with the Yoruba will often tell you who called us Yoruba. They say the Hausa did, right? They would call themselves the Ijesa, the Ilesa, based on what town they were from. They're very, and even now, they're either about those who follow the teachings and beliefs of Ile-Ife, or so you have like two factions, but within those factions you have several different groups, right? Towns. So my town is better than this town, and I think that's really how we are too a lot of times.
Yeah, but
my city is a brother was going in talking about his city, and I said, man, we don't own none of this shit. So you don't have to argue with me about a city.
Right.
You say stuff about Chicago. Hey, if you know about Chicago, you know about Chicago. Chicago, yes, it's very violent. Everybody knows that one. That okay, come with something better. Everybody know that one, right? Whatever you say though, it doesn't affect me like that because I don't own Chicago.
Yeah.
Chicago, I've been brutalized by police in Chicago. Okay. I went to jail here. So I don't own this shit.
Right.
We got to get over little stuff. We be on so much stuff. Light skin.
These isms. Yeah, exactly. The creation.
You know, and so we have to drop that because otherwise we'll never unify. You know,
I think to a certain extent it's natural, of course, you know, if you come from a certain place or whatever, to talk about the greatness of that place. But we get stuck, you know, in that where it's like it shouldn't stop you from being able to unify with other people. I work with a lot of people who are from Africa, who are from different parts of Africa. And they will tell you how their country and the place that they're from is the best part of Africa. And then you start asking them questions and you find out that they never been to any other parts of Africa. They've never been to another country in Africa. They've been to where they from and they've been to America.
You know, I told my mama years ago, I think I was about 16, I said, there's no better city than Chicago. She said, that's because you ain't never lived in another. I'd been to other places traveling. My sisters were in college. You know, my sister Lisa went to Howard, so I go up to DC every year. My sister Phyllis, she went to Carroll College in Waukesha, Wisconsin. Go there, go different places. By the time I got older, spent more time and then ended up living in several places. But my mother said, you haven't lived nowhere else. So you're talking from ignorance. You don't know what other places are like. I said, well, you live in Chicago the best? She said, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that. Well, what's the best? She said, I really can't say what's the best. What's the best is based on what is going on with our family, how our family's doing, how, you know, it's not, so I'm not concerned about it. If whatever city I live in, if our family is suffering, then we suffering.
And that's it about us.
You know, and so we it doesn't matter what city you in or whatever. I've lived on both coasts, in between, up and down. And all I see is our folks suffering, man. And so we need to unify or we're going to fall with these bastards when this empire falls. They'll take us first before the empire falls, right? So but that's the key. That's the one thing that we just won't do. We have to unify. But it's easy. We love to fight. We love to fight each other too. Somebody said it's a culture. Somebody was talking about the thing with Cat Williams, right? And they said, you know, comedians. Well, this one comedian, black comedian, he was wrong as hell. Is his name Tony Burns?
That might be. That is a comedian.
He says, don't Google it.
Don't Google
other than Joe Rogan, do any white comedians attack other white comedians?
Yeah.
Black comedian, well, yeah, but he said, but black comedians after black comedian do it. Okay, so we can't get unity too when you're talking out of ignorance. Because yes, absolutely, white comedians smash on white comedians. It's a thing they do. That's part of their culture, smashing on each other. I had founded this group, State of Black Science Fiction, and a bunch of comic book folks were in there. They ended up leaving because I wouldn't let them fight over what was what was DC better than Marvel? Was this hero better? Could this hero be? And okay, if you say this hero, can they beat this one? Y'all can talk about their abilities and scientifically look at it.
Right.
But no, they just arguing. And I said, hey, all that arguing, this one sister tried to argue with me. I said something. She said, I don't do that. I don't do that, sister. I battle with people when it counts. I don't do that.
Yeah, but
Oh no. Oh no. I said, no, absolutely not. She's a well-known artist, comic book artist.
it becomes part of your identity. You know, you got to show them that you know.
That ain't got to be your damn culture.
Right.
You know, so all these when people, you know, it's part of the culture. People who aren't competitors, they mistake being contrarian with being competitive.
Right.
That ain't being competitive. What are you talking about? So if I'm competing with you, I'm saying nasty, dirty shit. No, that's a mistake people make, and that's the shit that gets you. Like you said, you want to slap the taste out. You want to slap the dude in the face, right? When I used to watch the so-called conscious community, when they started doing this debate shit, which led to the collapse of the conscious community, if you're having a debate, I'm speaking on a point, you're speaking on a counterpoint. We have a disagreement on this thing, and we're dealing with it in an intelligent manner, intelligent discourse, right? But they would bring out stuff. Here's a picture of them, you know, wearing booty shorts or some crazy shit. It ain't got nothing to do with that. Oh, see, I got your ass. What does that have to do with a debate? See, that's the stuff that if we don't, man, it's been my whole big thing this year about us last year about if we don't unify, man.
The thing is, man, I think we don't realize that when you say unify, that don't mean I got to be Muslim if I'm Christian. That don't mean that I got to,
of course not.
You know what I'm saying? It means that we have to realize identify what our goals, what our missions are, and realize that we are aligned with that. And if we can do that, then I wouldn't see, because I'm not I guess it's not as big thing to me because I'm not bipartisan. So I don't see, you know, I don't care if you vote for Trump, if you vote for Biden. I don't care about that because I don't care about neither one of them. What do you want for us as Black folks?
Yeah, bro.
What is your goals for us? Where do you see us? And you can be Christian, you can be Muslim, you can be Rastafarian. I don't care. You could be a comedian, you could be a scholar. I don't care. But if you just, the only thing I don't like is like you said, that's the biggest thing. We want to disagree with everything if it's not exactly what we doing.
And I had a conversation with Dhoruba. I don't think he'll mind me sharing this part. And
part where y'all was talking about how great I was.
He said, yeah, he skipped that part. But he said that if we don't begin to unify in 2024, we're done. If we don't, we have to look at what's going on, and he said more than that, but what's going on in Palestine, and we got to realize that that's us. We next. We're next. If you look at Cop City, a lot of these cops are trained by Israel.
Right. Georgia in specific.
Just stop paying attention, y'all.
And there's 3 other in Africa right now. There's actually 3 genocides happening right now. You got Congo, you got, I think, Sudan, and it's one more. I'm not sure exactly where that's at. And so let's not lose focus of what's going on there too. It's ways you can look up online where you can help sponsor families and stuff like that for people that's on the ground too. It's something I got something on my page. You can look on that from the
Yeah.
guy
So
Shaka Bars.
any of those, wherever there's genocide, we got to realize we're next because they working on it
Right.
on us right now. Um, get your stuff together. Really, this year, my big focus I want for warrior classes to be on survival and preparedness. Because
Yeah.
that's one of our components that we really haven't pushed, but I want it to be on survival and preparedness because you got to get yourselves ready. Now,
Well, and we do have some shows on it, so if anyone's
we
interested,
do, yes.
can go
Uh,
through some of the shows that we have.
there's uh, next week on the 11th, January 11th. Kalonji was supposed to be on, but after he found out what happened with Dhoruba, um, I guess he was talking with him. But February 11th is we're doing a panel discussion on survival and preparedness.
You said January, Bob, or February?
January 11th, next week. It's
Okay.
me and some of the other comrades, Doc Peggins, who we've had on the show.
Yes, sir.
He was our first guest, right?
Yeah, he was our first guest. Yeah, and we will be discussing survival and preparedness, and how to get yourselves ready. I don't know if it's going to be streamed or not. It will be at the House of Ogun. Um, I have to get that address for you, and I wish I could post pictures. I got the picture in my phone, but I don't have it on this computer.
What picture, Baba?
Especially the picture of the flyer of the event on the 11th.
Oh, okay. I see what you said. Posted on. You mean posted on here?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Let
Yeah.
me see, let me see. Ooh.
Still not sad.
Greetings, brother Eugene Mason. I didn't see him in the chat before.
I wouldn't program.
And
Squad.
we got some great comments. United in love, united against the oppressor. That's DFJ 232. Absolutely.
Yeah, we appreciate you.
Big Teal says the empire has no respect for any life, and we got to get ready.
Yes.
One more thing too.
Your bone.
On the health thing too, because I just posted this on my Facebook this morning, so I'm gonna tell y'all the same way, and we ain't gonna hold y'all too much longer. But make sure you're consuming, especially what you put in, what you break your fast with, and what you end your day with is important. If it's everything you eat is important, but the first nutrients you hit, and then what your body's gonna be working on last is really important. So think about what you're eating that's alive. The percentage of live foods is really, really important, especially when you get to our age. I'm telling you, it's always important, but now especially, what are you eating that's alive? And don't make it get too complicated. We know fruits, vegetables, and raw nuts and stuff like that. That's what I'm talking about when I say alive. So fruit is sometimes this health thing is about reprogramming what you've been taught, how you're wired, and the culture. We're in a culture of meat and potatoes, grits and eggs,
Yep.
fat and grease. In the morning, we think about salt, fat, and grease. That's what we need in the morning to get
We
it
think
started.
about that all day.
That's what we need. Well, they're really all day, but especially in the morning, you need that grease, you need that sausage, you need that sizzle in that pan. So you got to learn how to circumvent that. Maybe grill you some onions or have you some toast or something, but figure it out. But what you want to make sure you're doing is having live fruits and vegetables, especially live fruits in the morning.
Yeah,
No,
but
Old Grease says, "Hey, now you said we need that grease."
I
Nah,
feel you. I feel you.
you know
But
that the smell of that when I lived in Chicago. We had moved at one point to this street called Koshner, which was a couple of blocks up from Madison Avenue. Madison Avenue was real busy, a bunch of restaurants and it was great until certain folks took it over and were killing folks who were trying to open up certain business. You could not have a hair business or nails on that strip.
you talking about them Presbyterians, ain't
Yeah.
you?
You could not. When I say hair, I'm talking about the fake hair. You
Right.
couldn't sell that, and you couldn't have. You couldn't do nails on that strip, or they. In fact, there's a brother that lives here in Atlanta now. His family tried to fight that. They said, "Damn that!" So they doing the nails anyway. They blew their house up.
Wow.
So they got the hell out of there, and they moved here to Atlanta. That's what brought them to Atlanta. Okay.
Wow.
So, and this was about 30 years ago. So they've been gangstering like that. But anyway,
Bonner Brothers.
all these restaurants there would be cooking. In the morning, I'd have to go to school. I was in college at this point. Oh my God, man. I couldn't wait until it was time for me to go off to the military. Because it smelled, every time I'd be like, man, I want to go to school, but God damn. And so I'm standing waiting on the bus and just the grease and the. So for me, whenever I hear that, I cringe. But that smell of that morning grease frying shit, that makes me sick.
And that's funny, Bob, because I moved here. I'm taking the train and the bus to Fulton Industrial. I'm living on Campbellton Road, and I got to go to Fulton Industrial to where the warehouse is to work. And the first thing I smell is that Krispy Kreme in the West End in the morning. Lord have mercy.
Yeah.
It's the greatest smell.
Yeah, now, see, that's different. That's going to get you.
That grease and sugar in your stomach in the morning. Oh my God, that's what it
So people who don't know about Krispy Kreme, I think Krispy Kreme
who don't know
places now. Well, Krispy Kreme was only down here for a long time.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, right.
So you're driving, you're on this side of the street. Krispy Kreme over there. You see that hot sign? You're going to get them hot glazed donuts.
Them are the worst. Donuts are the worst, like the worst.
I don't know what they put in them.
Donuts and ramen noodles are like, wow.
Listen, them donuts are so. I'm not gonna lie to you. The smell of them donuts in the morning change. I mean, they used to. It's torture. It's the most torturous thing because I wasn't eating in the morning. First of all, yeah, I ain't had no money, so I ain't eating in the morning. And you got to be on that train for 2 hours. Whew, Lord.
And you know that's another thing. That mistaken. When did it become breakfast is a donut?
Right. That's crazy.
That's advertising.
That
is advertising.
There you go. Talk about woo. It's like that little clip from that show when they said when you got lemons, you make lemonade, and the dude said no. You do a whole campaign on lemons. You stockpile the lemons. You get the beers to do a joint venture with you. You get the Taylor Swift to suck a lemon. You get one of the Kardashians to put one in the porn. Like he went through what they do to like what real marketing is in America, what real propaganda is, and that's what it is. That's exactly why we eat a Pop-Tart, which is the equivalent of a honey bun. We give our babies that we love a Pop-Tart, 2 of them, the equivalent of 2 honey buns in the morning, and wonder why your child.
Then they make it like it's healthy. It's a cinnamon. you know,
Right.
the cinnamon nutmeg.
Hey, it's crazy that we don't know. Now you got your child acting crazy, acting out. They get in trouble. You disciplining your child for the crack that you done gave them. It's a
Right.
cycle of foolishness,
They
y'all.
can't pay attention.
Right, your child ain't got no anger management problem. You need to get him off that crack, that sugar crack
Right.
that he on in the morning, and he might impulse disorders. He might start, you know what I mean? So
Big Till says, I love ramen. That's what I kind of cut off what I was saying, but those are two of the worst things that you can eat is
ramen noodles,
nuts and ramen noodles.
No, Big Till is talking about the actor Johnny Ramen. That's a Big Till.
Well, you got to capitalize Big Till because that's confusing.
French fries, seriously, French fries, noodles, and donuts are the three worst foods. Seriously.
And they tend to be the things that we are eating every day.
Yeah,
Hold on. Krispy Kreme Coke or Krispy Kreme cake? Am I reading that right?
Cake. Krispy Kreme cake slaps.
Cake.
I ain't never heard of Krispy Kreme cake.
Yeah, Krispy Kreme cake. I love
that's too much, boy. Whew.
Listen.
Yeah, they have. Don't they make the burgers? There's some of those restaurants make
my God.
on a Krispy Kreme donut.
So I want a Luther. A Luther is you take Krispy Kreme donut, hamburger, or veggie burger or vegan burger, if you will.
Whatever.
Get you some vegan.
What happened to Luther?
Vegan bacon, vegan cheese, and another Krispy Kreme donut. Smash it. I want to try it. I haven't tried it, but man, every time I think about it, that shit sounds so good.
We'll hook an IV straight to your neck because you're gonna need it as soon as you take it. Hey, I'm gonna be honest.
Get the insulin shot ready.
I know it tastes good. You ain't even gotta ask nobody. I know it tastes good. Listen, when that McGriddle,
that's not the point.
When that McGriddle first came out, and they let you get it with the chicken, boy, what? I had that McGriddle.
That even sound funny, McGriddle. That oh my God!
Look, that's the most niggerish sandwich that you could do at that time was the McGriddle and chicken. That was the most niggerish sandwich you could eat that time, and I was eating it. So look, I know
the most niggerish they've ever had is the McRib.
Listen.
I mean, that's cold.
I hate to tell y'all, but my homeboy that worked at the McDonald's, we had an apartment together. He kept the McRib. The McRib was so, I don't know what to call it. It had so much dexterity that he kept it in the cabinet. He didn't even put them in the refrigerator.
No.
The McRibs was in the cabinet. They ain't go bad. They wouldn't even go bad. He had the McRibs in the cabinet. That's sad. Yeah, I didn't need them.
A lot of this, and people are mentioning, Big Till's talking about fried chicken. A lot of this stuff tastes good. They have scientists that have studied our taste buds are in laboratories developing these things so that they taste good to us. But that's why we have to learn to push past that. And I mean, I'm struggling with it myself. I'm not, giving you advice, and I'm like, it's something that I have to work on every day. But
the McGriddle,
reality of it.
What was the McGriddle? Was it a pancake?
Yeah, it was like a circular pancake.
So like a waffle, yeah.
That had pockets of syrup already in it.
Exactly. And I mean, if you taste it now, like if one of us tasted a McGriddle now, you probably taste the chemicals.
Yeah, I probably would.
Out of it. Like if you drink that Country Time lemonade after you haven't had, or you've only had like real things to drink, all you taste is the chemical taste.
So look, so let me tell you how real that is and how we are brain. We've been, the propaganda has gotten us. I used to wonder why my mama. You can't take my mama to restaurants and she's going to like the food like that. She's never going to like it like that. It's going to always be okay. And I used to wonder why until like maybe 15 years ago, because now when I go home, I realize all the food that my mom eats, all the food that I ate in Wilmington, North Carolina growing up, none of it came from the grocery store. Like all our food, all we had big like plastic garbage bags full of peas, full of corn that we had to shuck, butter beans and all that. The meat, the fish, all came from the ocean. So the food tastes. I used to think my mom ain't. Well, I don't think she's watching this. I'm gonna take another shot at it. I threw one already. She says this, but I always disagree. My mom always say she don't really think that she can cook that good, but I always tell her I believe that her food that she cooks is great. It's always better than anything I eat. Well, really, the real reason behind that is because all her food is fresh. So she don't have to put nothing in her butter beans except some peppers or something. And they taste great because it's so much flavorful. And that's what happens when you go overseas. You be like, it's so much, the fruit's so different. It's because it's fresh, there's no pesticides, no chemicals in it. And it's the flavor is so robust. You don't even know because you've never had one. Especially if you're a certain age and if you ain't lived in the country, you've never had a real orange or apple. You don't even know
or a peach.
Right. So when you taste it, when you go to Mexico, you go crazy over this fruit,
right?
And all it is fresh fruit. And when I go, it's the same thing when I go home. My mom, everything she cooks is the greatest. She can burn it and it's still great because everything here I'm eating here is going to be frozen or it's going to be 6 weeks before it got to me. Right. So fresh food is the moral of that story, y'all.
Right. Yeah, bro.
Right. All right, y'all. What you think about?
I'm about to try to share the flyer.
Oh, great.
For people people in Atlanta. I thought I sent it to myself, but let's see here. I think I did. I'm trying to find it now. Where in the world did I send it to?
Yeah, it's so.
Even I don't know where I sent it. That is crazy. I thought I sent it to African Martial Arts. I'll try again.
Like I'm gonna be honest with you, processed food is processed food. This is true, but it's not true. Just like a punch ain't a punch. Yeah, it's a punch because it's a punch, but all punches ain't equal. All processed food ain't equal either. So yeah, you might get your mama might be making, mashed potatoes from scratch. That's processed. But it ain't like that Idaho Spud crap that you put the milk in. And that's
water.
Yeah, no, that's totally different. And you're gonna that's borderline toxic, and it is toxic. Some chemicals, artificial chemicals in that. When you making your own, it's processed mashed potatoes. Even no matter how you do it, but that's much, much, much healthier. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so that's why home cooked food, real home cooked food, somebody's gonna be healthier than eating the same thing out.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, I don't have the study or anything, but I read an article about how they were saying that even with processed food that's being prepared at home is such a factor in someone's health, what I'm saying, as opposed to eating out all the time. Even when you're preparing processed food somewhat at home, probably because you're also going to be consuming it with you. If you're making something at home, maybe you might be making a salad along with whatever you're having, or you might actually have some type of cooked greens that you cook at home along with that, which is going to help you to be able to move it out of your body better than eating certain things that you only get in restaurants.
And the last thing, we don't want to get spooky, but intent matters. The intent of the person that's cooking your food at home, it matters. Yeah. It matters. That's why my mama
restaurant.
I only eat fatback from my mama. I love when she put the fatback in the collard greens. I noticed she had a lot of love, so I still, you know what I mean. That's the only time.
So when you had that heart attack, it's gonna be with love.
Exactly.
That is true. Don't eat that fat
A
back. That
lot
is
of people
true, mama.
getting loved to death
Listen, the
out
worst.
here.
It was hard to tell my mom when I went home. My mom considers me malnutrition and sick, y'all. I'm gonna just tell you. And I know this, but she won't say it. But what she does is she'll be like, "I know you don't eat no meat, but I made some chicken. I cooked some chicken breast, and you don't gotta, you know." She tried to shame me into eating the chicken breast. Now, 10 years ago, I ate the chicken breast. I eat a piece of the chicken breast. Now I was like, "Ma, you know better now." I tell her if I come home, Ma, don't. So she make the dressing. It's got a little turkey breast in there. You know what I'm saying? Got a little turkey necks and the butter beans. You know what I'm saying? Stop trying to play me, Ma.
Right.
I don't need that. But thank you.
You know, you come to that point with I had the same thing with my mother
Yeah, that's
for a year, and I didn't eat turkey or whatever, but if I came over there and she made the field peas and they had the turkey in it, I would still eat them. You know, I just wouldn't eat the meat.
right.
But after some time went by, just like you said with your mom, I had to tell her, I was like, I can't eat it like that no more. And then either she starts to make it where you can eat it, or she just knows that you're not going to have any when you come over there. But that's the thing, is it's almost a spiritual warfare. You know, we are struggling within our families to make
Right.
sure that
That's
we
the point
have
I'm
what
trying
we
to make,
need,
y'all.
and make sure that we're not, you know, eating these things that aren't best for us. And sometimes over time you can bring your mom along with you.
And sometimes you can't. It's your
Yeah,
own journey, and you got
Mhm.
to do it and stand on your own.
absolutely.
Now, my mother always and my sisters, they always fix food that I can eat as well, right? But since I've lost weight, when I went, and even now, she called, "You want me to send you some Ensure?" She's like, "Hey, I got some Ensure." She giving me Ensure. I'm like, "Ma, I don't need no Ensure. They taste gross anyway." Yeah, just go ahead and drink. Now she don't like them herself.
Yeah, that's the
Just go
old.
ahead and drink it. But same thing. She ain't gonna say, you look emaciated or something. She's just gonna,
Right.
hey, drink this Ensure. And last time I talked to her, she said, I got some Ensure here. Now, how Ensure just appearing there? I got some Ensure here. You want me to ship you some Ensure? No, no, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Yeah, that's how my mom is. Why these people came giving me all this turkey meat? You don't need none of these turkey breasts. I cooked them and froze them already for you and cut them up.
All you got to do is take them with you.
Did you? You did all that, so I could just make sandwiches. I don't need nothing. It's already done. I tell you what, I love her. I love her. Just be till next time she makes some chicken, I'll save it for you. And
you
born and
gotta you
raised
gotta love mamas,
country girl
boy.
is killing
Yeah,
me.
because I
Yeah,
mean they love you.
exactly. They
Yeah.
love you. So hey man, y'all gotta just do your best out here, exercising. You're doing some type of exercising, trying to do your best. It's a struggle with your diet. Do your best when you can.
Come up with a short exercise routine. Look on YouTube. They got some 10-minute, 12-minute stretch videos. You can start doing that in the morning when you get up. Just do 10 minutes and you will feel a difference.
Yeah, you will. Yeah, you will.
All right, y'all. Um, so it's a good hanging out with you all, but it's also I won't say sad, but you know,
Unfortunate.
unfortunate, yes. And we pray for Dhoruba's quick healing and recovery.
Yeah, bro.
Absolutely.
That
Support is
he walks out of that hospital stronger than he went in, much stronger.
Yeah, bro.
is
Absolutely.
PayPal up there if you want to support, donate. We encourage you to
Yeah,
do so.
yeah,
Please.
please do.
To a
And
real
y'all stay strong, stay healthy. It's funny that before I knew that Dhoruba was in the hospital, I had talked to Belay earlier. I've been sick.
yeah, it's
Um,
crazy.
and I muscled through. I told my wife I'm praying that I can do this show today because this is an important show, right? Uh, and I said I'm gonna do it, but I told Belay if I have to kind of leave out, it's because I'm about to throw up or want to pass out or whatever. but I've been able to muscle through it, right? And then hearing that Baba Dhoruba's in the hospital, and just this stuff is going around. Just be careful out there, y'all.
Yeah, bro.
Eat well, exercise as much as you can, because once it hits you, hard to exercise. I told Belay, I think I'm gonna walk today. And then I thought about that shit. I took some garbage out, and I was about to die.
Right.
I said, "Nah, I ain't taking no walk today.
Sit on that.
After this show, I'm jumping back in bed. Is what I'm gonna do."
Yeah, rest is
So,
important too.
yes,
Definitely.
rest, and that's not talked about much either.
Right. And it's something that Belay and I both have been working on as well, interestingly enough, is trying to get more rest.
I mean, the baby stays up until 1 o'clock. I'm like, we got to break her from that because we ain't getting the sleep we should, and she in this mode of staying up late like that. Nah, no. So trying to break her, but whoo, it's hard, So hope everybody is well out there. Make sure you get your rest, exercise as you can, stretch, like Belay said. That's key. If you can't do anything, at least stretch somewhat, and just take care of yourself. Eat well.
Yeah, bro.
All right.
I apologize. I just wanted to jump in because I can't. This thought came to my head when Belay started talking about vitamin C. Vitamin C does not really help you after you're already sick. So make it a habit. Make it a habit daily. It's not something that you just load up on because you're sick now. Do it every day, like he was
Echinacea too. It doesn't help you once you're sick.
right.
Right. Most of the stuff we're talking about, you need to do beforehand.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Be proactive with your health.
Yeah.
With yes. Be proactive. Period.
Everything. Yes.
Right.
All right, y'all. Love y'all.
Peace.
Happy New You, as Ominiki said.
Definitely.
Stay black or whatever it is that you may be. Peace.
Peace.
Yes.